Welcome back to another FPL video. In this one, I'll take a look at the best wildcard entry teams ahead of game week 9. So if you're using a chip or if you're just using your transfers, I will be taking a look at some of the best transfer options as well. So let's have a look. So let's start by taking a look at goalkeepers. I think that Sanchez is really good value at the moment, only priced at 4.9, selected by 14.5% of the managers. Chelsea, they have really good fixtures coming up, so I think that Sanchez will continue picking up clean sheets like we saw in game week 8. So Sanchez, he would be my preferred goalkeeper at the moment. Of course, you can go for someone like Raya, Donnarumma, really good options as well, or one of the more budget-friendly goalkeepers, but I think that covering the Chelsea defense with Sanchez is a good idea at the moment. On my bench, I have the only starting 4.0, Dubravka. He actually saved my bench boost in game week 8, kept the clean sheet against Leeds 9 points, so Dubravka, he is the best option on your bench at the moment. In defense, I've gone for a double up on Arsenal. I have the two best defenders from Arsenal at the moment, in my opinion, so Gabriel, he is in priced at 6.3, so kind of expensive, the most expensive defender in the game at the moment. But I think that he is probably worth it, so he can pick up defensive contributions, he can get attacking returns, and of course Arsenal, they are the best defense in the league. Timber as well, he has really good attacking stats. He got the clean sheet in game week 8. No assist for Timber, of course, but in game week 9, this could be the other way around. So Timber, 5.9, selected by 20% of the managers. Good fixture. It's coming up for Arsenal, so I think that Timber is a really good option. My last defender in the starting 11 is Dan Burn. Good fixtures for Newcastle as well. He is one of the most nailed-on defenders for Newcastle at the moment. I like Trippier as well, but he will see some rotation. They have a couple of injuries in Livramento and Lewis Hall, so Trippier, he is on a short term probably a safe option, but at the moment Dan Burn, he would be my preferred Newcastle defender. On my bench, I have Rodon. I think that he is a really good option. They did not impress in game week 8 against Burnley, conceding 2 goals against them, but I think Rodon at 4.0 is still good value. So the last player is Michele. I think that he, as with Rodon, is a really good option, only priced at 4 million and a starter with attacking threat for Sunderland. So those 4.0 players, I wouldn't necessarily have them in my starting 11 week in, week out. We saw this with Rodon in game week 8, but at some point they will pick up points, and hopefully this will be the game week where you need your bench. So on my bench, Rodon, Michele with Gabriel, Timber and Burn in my starting 11. In midfield, I've gone for a power 5 in midfield, so this is a 3-5-2. All of those players are potentially on penalties. Bruno Fernandes for Man United, Semenyo taking the last couple of penalties for Bournemouth. Saka, we're not really sure if Gyökeres will take the next one. There were some rumors in game week 8 that Gyökeres was ready to take the penalty, but I think that Saka is a really good option at the moment, nevertheless. Enzo Fernandez, we know that while Cole Palmer is injured, he is the first choice penalty taker for Chelsea, and NGI, he scored a penalty in game week 7 as well. Really good performance from NGI against Man City. He picked up defensive contribution points. We know that he is on set pieces and penalties for Everton. So, as mentioned, a power 5 in midfield with Bruno Fernandes, Semenyo, Saka, Enzo Fernandez and NGI. This means that up front it's only 2 players. It's Erling Haaland, no surprise. He has been really good so far this season. Did well in game week 8 as well. He was my captain, scoring 2 goals, so 13 points, and captaincy made it 26. So I think that at the moment, Erling Haaland, he should be included. Another player that I really like going forward, not only because he scored 3 goals in game week 8, but a nailed-on player. He's on penalties as well for Crystal Palace. 90 minutes, man. And the fixture will get better for Crystal Palace going forward. Of course, the fixture can't be much tougher in game week 9, playing against Arsenal away, but I think that if you're on a wildcard, you potentially can pick Mateta. Of course, you can go for someone else and use a transfer on getting Mateta in later, but at the moment, I think I would just start with Mateta. So this means that on my bench I have Obi. He's a 4.3 attacker playing for Man United, Of course, you can go for someone like Guhi, but at the moment, I think this is a waste of a Chelsea spot. They have a lot of good options, and you might want to triple up on Chelsea given their fixtures. So advice would be to avoid picking Guhi as your fodder and go for someone like Obi instead. So, of course, if you want to play with 3 up front, I will show a couple of variations to this team, but I think this team is really strong. I actually don't have much in the bank. This is why I've gone for Guhi. But if you want to have 8 strong attackers, let's take a look at an alternative. So if you want to spread the cash a bit more by going for a strong bench option, I think that Welbeck, he looked really good in game week 8. He's fit and he will probably continue starting for Brighton after the performance in game week 8. So having Welbeck in a rotation, this could be a good idea. To allow this upgrade, I have gone for Paqueta in midfield, so I downgraded Semenyo. You could of course downgrade someone like Enzo Fernandez and Jai to Paqueta. You will still be able to upgrade Obi to a decent forward. I think Thiago, I watched the game West Ham against Brentford. Not impressed by Paqueta in this fixture, but Thiago, he looked really threatening, so I think that he is a solid budget option up front as well. But I think this team looks really strong, but let's take a look at the last alternative. So if you're set on playing 3-4-3 as your formation in FPL, I think that this is some of the strongest you can get on a game week 9 wildcard. I've included Voltmada up front. He's done really well for Newcastle after his transfer this summer, so it makes sense to have Voltmada. So Haaland, Voltmada and Mateta. Another option is of course to go for Voltmada with a planned transfer to go for Mateta later on. So this is an option with the first team. I showed you to start with Voltmada and transfer Mateta in later. So I think this team is really strong as well. It has no Bruno Fernandes. I actually think that Bruno Fernandes is a really good option going forward. I like Mbeumo as well. He scored in game week 8 against Liverpool. So Man United, they have really good fixtures. So Bruno Fernandes, he would probably be in my team. But of course, I get that Voltmada has done well. And is he on penalties? I still think it's Anthony Gordon, but Gordon, he has actually been subbed off around 70 minutes in the last 3 games. So at the moment, I think that Voltmada is the best attacking option from Newcastle. So please let me know in the comments down below which team do you think is the best and would you make any changes to this team. But let's finish this video by taking a look at a potential free hit team as well. So this is my game week 9 free hit team. It has some of the same players as my wildcard team, but I have a couple of more punts in. I have Reece James, Trippier. I think those players are perfect for a free hit. They will at some point get injured, but at the moment they're in form, they're fit, and when they're fit and in form, they are really good FPL options. They may, of course, contribute with attacking returns as well, and those fixtures are really good for clean sheets as well. So Reece James and Trippier, those will be included on my game week 9 free hit team. In midfield, Bruno Fernandes, Semenyo, Saka, Enzo, and Paqueta. All of them are taking penalties for their respective clubs. Haaland up front. I have Jared Bowen against Leeds. I'm not really sure. I might go for Voltmada instead. He's a bit more budget friendly, so I may upgrade in other areas of my team. But of course, the fixture against Leeds may be a good one for West Ham. Jared Bowen did not look great against Brentford, but Erling Haaland, he would be in. Jared Bowen, not 100% sold on him, but of course you can change him to someone like Voltmada. Mateta did really well in game week 8, but he has a really tough fixture against Arsenal, so I would not have Mateta on a free hit. So it's between Jared Bowen and Voltmada. So please let me know what you think about this team in the comments down below. Thanks for watching. Hopefully you enjoyed this video. Consider giving it a like and subscribe to the channel for more FPL content.